Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna be making something that is supposed to make my kids eat more beans. So my kids don't like beans. Every time they're always like, "Oh, it's yucky. It looks like mess." Blah blah blah. That's jollof beans. Of course, they're not gonna eat any other type of beans. And because I never give up when I'm trying to feed them something, I decided to put beans inside white rice. So I started making rice and beans, and it was such a hit. Everybody used to like it so much. It didn't even used to stay in the fridge like 24 to 36 hours. It's done. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to try something else. Of course, I discussed it with my senior taste advisor, aka my first offspring. So today we're gonna be making jollof rice and beans. So just like I'm making jollof rice, but I'm gonna put some beans in there. I didn't remember to bring out my turkey, so if you guys noticed, I brought out the turkey and put some, it was still frozen, and I put some vinegar and some lemon juice inside. This usually helps it thaw very fast, and the lemon juice helps the taste to go in there. So I blend my seasoning also. That's when I'm like in a hurry and I'm unable to season it or marinate it overnight. So I blend the seasoning. I put some ginger, garlic, onions, and seasoning powder in a blender. Some salt, sometimes depends on how I'm feeling about it. Sometimes I put salt towards the end of the cooking. So some salt, and then I put it on very low heat, put a little bit of water in it. I needed this water to make the jollof that I make, and if you've ever watched any of my jollof rice videos, you know that I always bake my rice. Anything that is not white rice usually gets baked by me. Maybe that's the baker in me. So I parboiled the beans this time around because of course it can't cook at the same time as the rice. Parboiled the beans, rinsed it out because I was trying to get some of that mucilage out and also the coloring. And then washed my rice, allowed it to strain to be dry because I'm very strict with the water quantity that I put in the rice when I'm baking it. It's kind of measured, like I already have a measurement in my head. One of rice to 1.5 of water. That's how I do it. And then I put the jollof sauce. I always pre-make my jollof sauce because preparation is the mother of preparedness, whatever that means, guys. Anyway, so put the jollof sauce in, mix it in with the rice and the beans. And then I take that turkey stock from the turkey that I was boiling earlier on. I just like sieve it out. It's not yet cooked, but I need the stock. So I take the stock out, I put a little bit more water back inside, and I put in the rice. I cover it up with a foil and I let it cook. So usually, the trick to baking rice is making sure that it's properly sealed, because you're kind of steaming the rice instead of putting direct heat on it. So you need to let it cook properly. So you need to cover it properly, make sure it's sealed. If you don't seal it properly, then you have problems like asawo, which is like Yoruba for when the rice is cooked on one side, not cooked on the other side, or it doesn't quite come out well the way you want it. In the meantime, while the rice is cooking in the oven, I do like 10 things at once, which is why I have decided that I'll be filming my video like in real time. I'm not going to be doing aesthetics and finish one thing then, because sometimes what annoys me when I'm watching cooking videos is they'll finish the jollof, then now go to the kiniko, like one will be completely ready, then they'll now go to the stew. We all know that you cannot cook like that. Who cooks like that? That's cooking everything in tandem with each other, because who has time for finishing one thing before moving on to the next? Or maybe it's just me that has the propensity for chaos, but well, that's how I cook. Like, you need to multitask otherwise. So every time I bake rice, I notice that it may come out a bit dry in the end because I don't put a lot of oil in my food when I'm cooking it. So a bit of margarine. Remember how those caterers now, when you are cooking party jollof, you put some margarine towards the end. So whenever I bake rice, I put some margarine towards the end when it's already cooked. And I'm stirring it all together. Just a little bit of margarine. You see, it makes it so glossy. Sounds really nicely. It's so yum, guys. You should definitely give it a try. And after putting the margarine, I usually let it steam a little bit. At this point, I might turn off the oven when I put it back in, but just seal it up properly, right? And okay, so there's our rice and our beans. Just now, we're waiting for it to just steam properly, and the margarine should enter into it and let it be shiny, glossy, without being oily and, all drippy. My daughter and I like to eat our animal just fried. But I noticed that older people, aka my husband and my mother-in-law, like to eat their animal sauced. So sometimes I sauce the animal. Sometimes we eat it fried. I mean, sometimes for group A, sometimes for group B, right, guys? So, just a little bit of, saute your onions, garlic, and that jollof sauce. I think I have to put up a video on my batch making my jollof sauce. It's a lifesaver, guys. It's cook. I use it for everything: porridge, jollof rice, whatever. Like, it's such a lifesaver. I'll put up a video for how I batch make it. So when I batch make, like this jollof sauce I'm using, I don't even know if I showed the dates on the video, but this jollof sauce I'm using, I think I made it December of 2025 or something, when I was, no, November, because I didn't cook in December. I had my baby in December. Yeah, and then, just put the turkey inside and put it. Okay, I'll allow you guys enjoy the rest of the video now. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you always.